Hey, we're going to be touching base on Apple. That's ticker symbol AAPL. Before we get any further, if you have any opinions or want to share your price point of interest for Apple, please let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to read that. Uh, but with that said, I just want to make sure to make it known that this video is going to be just the technical analysis, no news at this point. We'll get to news at another time, but for now, just strictly technicals. So again, if you have a different price point than what I'm sharing, or like a buy price point, very curious to know. And if you have any news items that you just want to kind of let me know about that you found interesting, also be great to hear that. But with that said, just to catch us up, so Apple right here at the top. Last time we checked on them, it was the 19th, which was about a month ago at this point. They were trading at 155. I had buy points marked out at 128 and 139 with a resistance point of 156. So it was right at that resistance point, but we did note that it was in a short-term uptrend. So if we look at it today, we can see it's now at 165. So that resistance point that we showed did not hold up like we thought it might. Uh, like we could technically say it did kind of bump its head on 156 a couple times, similar to another stock we just looked at, but it did kind of hesitate. Not necessarily the candle, but there were price points where it did reach that point, and then ultimately it ended up breaking it, and it's continuing to grow. So this is a good thing. Um, I guess at this point, if I were to look at my price points, so I had 139 as the first or as the highest. That was kind of surprising because we would have looked at this one right here in this green bar. We would have looked at this at 154, and I was saying 139. Man, I guess I just wanted to see if it would pull back into the fair value, roughly halfway between there. That did not happen. So just looking ahead, rolling with what we see, I think we should at this time add in a upper trend line. And again, I'm just trying to make it as parallel as possible and within reason. So this is not as parallel as I thought. Let's stretch that out just a little bit. That looks pretty good. We can maybe even bring that down just a touch. Something like there. That seems fair. I guess that's parallel. It's pretty close. We can touch it up later, but so right now, let's make these the same color actually too. Let's make this purple. So currently we're in that uptrend. We're at the upper end of it. So if anything, like right now this week, what I'd be hoping for is something like 154 again. I don't think that's going to happen that quickly. What I'm hoping will happen is something similar to some of the other stocks we saw. What I would like to see, and I'll draw this in like a green, or not green, a yellow, like a gold. What I would like to see is this one trade sideways, just like it did here back in about February to March. It reached a high point of like 153, and then it kind of dipped and then reaccelerated. I'm basically, it's very similar to the other stocks that I've recently looked at, is we're going to buy the dip on this one. It just seems like it's in a good spot. That uptrend is strong. So for me to, I think a safe spot in terms of a dip, like just looking ahead, would be about what is this? About 162. again, it could go lower. We could maybe even just drag it down a little bit. I think that's pretty fair. Maybe lower even. Like, we'll keep it as a round number. So what I'm gonna put in here, so I'm gonna update the buy points. I'm gonna change it to 146 and about 160. 160 being a potential dip area, and so I just chose a round number because if it gets to like say 162, that's fair, and even at 165, that's I made this point in another video that it's weird, but for me, knowing that I bought a stock here, even though it's like almost the same price, knowing that it's down here as opposed to up here, for some reason, I feel like it's a safer decision. Just me. Let me know what you think if you feel that way too. Just curious. But outside of that, I also marked the 146. That's this blue line down here. It seems like there was decent support. So if it were to start trading downwards, I think it would kind of catch at 146. And so I'm going to keep that point in there for now. And then the date, we'll update that. But that's pretty much it. So here's a quick summary for us. So we have Apple at the top. Currently it's at 165. I think a good buy point would be 146, possibly 160. No resistance point because of it's clearly locked in that uptrend. Currently, it just updated the date. And then our notes were it's still in that short-term uptrend. And we're just going to buy the dips on this. Wherever those are, we'll just try to catch them as low as we can. But other than that, if you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.